Hello, this is Rod, Live Within Your Means. Hey, I got this great big box of potatoes yesterday, and I cooked this is a huge pan, and I've got about, maybe say 12 pounds, I'm just guessing, of cooked potatoes in there. Made sure they were cleaned up. I boiled them with the skins on. Now, there's a reason for that, because I don't want those skins all, take all the time to peel those and throw those all away. There's nutrition in them, and the truth of the matter is there's a lot of things that are good for you in the peelings of most of the fruits, vegetables, and in this case tubers that you eat. I am, however, going to pour off some of this water because these potatoes are all cooked now, and what I'm going to do is pour off some of the water here. So I'm going to grab that pan, take it over to the sink. I'm getting some pans out here, so I don't want to be getting those all in the way, but I've let this, I turned off the heat about an hour or so ago. Now I'm going to pour off a bunch of this water, because if these are too hot for me to handle, then they're too hot to handle. But you can pour that water off. That'll cool these down enough that you can handle them. I'm going to keep the lid off and put these things back on the stove. But first, let me move this lid. First, what I'm going to do, because I want to make some of the best potatoes people have ever had. So what are we going to do? I'm going to go over here, and I am going to cook a few onions. And let me just tip this camera down there where you can see. And now, there we go. I've got this glass bowl here, and I'm not going to cook these on the stove. I'm just going to cook a few onions in the microwave. And I'm not going to worry if I waste a little bit of peeling. Let's see how easily this outer peeling comes off. Not easy enough, so I'm going to take this next layer and just get rid of it. You know, you can spend a lot of time on these onions if you want to, but that's not my goal, to see how long I can spend on something. Nothing to brag about on how long you spend on it. It's what you were able to get done, right? And sadly, a lot of us are not really good at getting things done quickly a lot of the time. And used to be able to. Here's these two onions. I'm going to chuck these onion peels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up these onions, and I'm going to, let me turn this food dryer off so you don't have to hear that. My goodness. Got the furnace going, I can hear that too. All I'm going to do is cut up these onions so that they're going to be small, and I'm going to cook them in the microwave. But adding these onions to those potatoes is going to make them a lot better. So we're dicing these up, and then they're going to be cooked in this glass bowl that I've got in the microwave. By the way, one of the things that you want to do making your mashed potatoes, you're probably going to want to have some butter in those. It makes them a lot better. So make sure you get your butter out so that it's getting softer. Truth is, you can put it in the microwave and it'll get soft fast. It doesn't take too long. Dad always says, "Oh, I'll just put it in the microwave for, I don't know, it's 22 seconds or whatever he says." And I guess we'll find out how long those take when they're cold out of the fridge, because I just got those out of the fridge just a few minutes ago. And wow, oh, there goes a couple pieces on the ground. I was going to say, wow, if I can get these onions cut up and in the bowl without getting any on the ground, wouldn't that be amazing? So here's a few bad pieces out of the middle of that onion, so get rid of them. Just get rid of them, and there you go, a bunch of diced onion. And I'm going to put a little plate on top of that. We don't need to put any water in it, just put that in the microwave for, about 3 minutes. That ought to do it most of the way. I'd go 3, 3, 3. Because I'm too lazy to put just, 3 and then 0, 0. I just hit 3, 3, 3. And based on your experience, how long things take in the microwave, you can figure that out. So now, let me pull this over here, and we're going to start mashing up some of these potatoes. Oh, let's zoom out, not in. Oh, I'm a trying. There we go. So we got all those potatoes, and what I've got here is my wife's Bosch bread mixer. That does such a wonderful job mixing up these potatoes. So, you know, mashing them up. I'm going to turn this on. Watch this. All right, huh? And it really will mash these things up. Of course, I don't mind breaking them a little first. That's probably going to make it just a little bit easier. So while those onions are cooking, because I'm planning on adding onions into these. These are nice and warm, kind of hot. Luckily, I turned off the heat an hour ago, right? Oh, yeah. Now I'm getting down to the ones that are hotter down underneath there that were in the water. And yeah, they're plenty hot. All right. Now I could have put the water in here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding some lactose-free, it's milk cream. It's really creamy milk that doesn't have the lactose in it. There's a few people that have some lactose intolerance, and so instead of adding just the regular cream, I'm going to add that on one of these, and then I'm going to add some sour cream on another one, and I'll add some onions in these. So we're going to make some really, really, really good potatoes here. And while those potatoes are hot, I am going to put some butter in, because this butter will just melt right up when it's in those hot potatoes. So here are a couple half sticks of butter, and I'm quartering these. So here's a couple of quarter sticks of butter. I'm putting those in. And I'm going to be adding some of the milk cream. See this? Rebel. And this is plain milk cream, but look, it's lactose free. So I'm going to put that in here. Add some of that. And we'll see what consistency we get here. Now I can put that top back on here, but I don't really think I need to worry about that right now. We'll see. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Now those have some potatoes in them, and you can add onion powder, you can add onions. In this case, I'm going to be adding some cooked onions here. I'm going to cook those just a teeny bit longer. Have those 2 onions in for 3 hours, or 3 minutes, 33 seconds. And I'm just doing them a teeny bit longer. And then I'm going to add some of those in here. And these are going to make some of the best potatoes that people have ever had. Got that butter in there. And this cream milk. Alright, let me grab this. I better get something to grab it with, because it's going to be hot. Oh, there's my little things. Yeah. Alrighty. Let me move these. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. Let's see if you can. That sticks right down there, doesn't it? So there's my onions in a bowl right here next to it. I'm sorry if you can't see that extremely well, but I'm going to be adding these cooked diced onions to it. And so let's turn that on. Add some of the spoons. Ow, oh, that's hot. Yeah, they're hot. Woo-hoo. Now those have some butter in. We're going to add a little bit more butter. That'll melt right up. I cut those in the sticks in quarters. Alrighty, I want you to take a look at this, guys. Oh yes, 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 yes. These are absolutely delicious mashed potatoes. Look at that. That's about good consistency that I like. And these are hot. Now, one of the things that you can do if you're going to be giving these to somebody is you put them in a bowl, and there is a single, couple of single guys. So I'm going to take some of these over too. So I'm going to look at these pans that I can put them in. And this one's one my wife won't mind. It's scratched up a little bit, so I'm going to put them in there. And then I'm going to put some cheese on top of that. Now these are not, I'm not adding the salt in these. You can add salt if you want to. A lot of people like to add their own salt to things, right? And so this will be a really good bunch of potatoes for a few single guys that are in a condo that probably don't have a place to go for Thanksgiving. And I've got a few people in mind. Let's see what happens here. Look at that. Nice, great big old thing of potatoes. And we want to make sure that there's plenty for those guys to eat. Now, to make this even better, what could make this better than putting some cheese on it? So I've got some grated cheese. I'm going to open that up. Oh, yes. Here we go. Got Kroger's Cheddar Jack. That's the kind my wife really seems to prefer that I buy. So let's open this up. Might use scissors to get it. Oh, there we go. Cheddar Jack. And wonder if I can zoom out a little bit. I can zoom in. Here's the potatoes that I've been putting in the pan here. And I'm sorry if you couldn't see those very well. I'm going to put that right on top there. And let me tell you what. These are warm. This is going to melt down. And I can put this in the oven. There's the oven right here. So I'll put this in the oven here. That'll keep them warm till I'm ready to go. And I'm just going to put that on about 200. And those will be nice warm potatoes with melted cheese on them. But this is a way to make really, really delicious mashed potatoes. I'm not supposed to be eating today, so I haven't really tasted these yet, but I'm going to taste them. Because I'm pretty darn sure they're good. They're going to need a little dash of salt on them. For me. I'll tell you. Oh. Yes, they're absolutely delicious. So, there's how you make some wonderful good potatoes. You'll make them real special, putting some cheese on there. They've got onions in them. They got the peelings. They've got cream and milk that doesn't have the lactose in them for those that are lactose intolerant. And but there's still cheese on there, right? A lot of people, the cheese doesn't affect them that much, but sometimes the milk does. But anyway, you can experiment with others. This is a nice hefty pan for condominium that's got 3 single guys in it. It'll give them some great potatoes for a Thanksgiving dinner. Gonna take some over some other things too. This is Rod. Live within your means. See who you can bless today. Thank you for your comments, and please put some comments. You can look at some of the other videos and see how my sparkling cider and non-alcoholic wine exploded during the middle of the night. But there's other things too. And put some comments on what you do to bless others, things you do to save money. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, please do. And if you can put some comments and share those with others to bless others, appreciate that very much. This is Rod. Live within your means. Have a wonderful day.